underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this guy has got great potential, and it's Paul Pogba. Not many players leave Manchester United and become better, but he's one. And not only has he improved his game, he's now one of the very best at what he does. A truly great midfield talent for me.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Looking to force his way through. And that would have been some goal.
Well, everything about that was perfect apart from the execution. He could so easily have made them pay then.
That is going out for a goal kick. Matuidi. Passes it through. Good clearance and very necessary. It's gone for a throw-in. Starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Chance! It's bounced back off the post. He delivered all right! That's no fluke, it's what he was there for.
Oh, players like this fella almost have a sixth sense to get themselves in such great poaching positions. How quick-minded was that?
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Well, that's put him in the driving seat, but there's a lot of football left in this one yet, believe me.
France are already chasing the game.
Well, the task is obviously a lot tougher, and they can't afford to waste time feeling sorry for themselves. The correct response is greater focus and work rate now, and especially avoiding another goal.
Well, he would surely have scored there more times than not. He's got it on the right now. What's on? Varane. Where to from here? Oh, lots to admire in the run and the defending. Loose ball. Pogba. They've scored! France are back on level terms.
Devastating. I mean, that's the only word you can use to describe that. That kind of breaking power is absolutely devastating. That was fantastic to watch.
France grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Oh, I think the coach will really be annoyed with that. The players were still thinking about their goal and just got caught napping.
Has a hit! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, if he hopes to do better than that, he's got to work on his technique and his timing. The contact wasn't right there, so there wasn't much chance of success.
So midway through the first half, and it is a tight old tie. Either side really getting hold of the ball. Koscielny, that is a terrific run. Griezmann gets it back, it's come loose. Gets good distance on it. Tries a through ball. Can he find a finish now? That'll be a corner. Sanya plotting from out on the right-hand side. Sanya, good run. Where to from here? He's looking unstoppable here. A wonderful effort, all by himself.
He's a mesmerising dribbler. He beat three of them there to set up the chance. It's a pity he couldn't finish it off in some style.
Cuts it out. Pogba. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? It's a forceful run down the right, but he's short of options now. Rafael Varane is the Route 1 option. Pass. Now here's the through ball. Yep, it's a corner. They've played it short. Nicely controlled. Going to be the final action of the first half. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Listen, you couldn't have asked for any more from this game. Plenty of action, lots of goals, and with it still even, it's all up for grabs second half too.
It's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. And so we're off again. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Pogba! Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
Yeah, and they may well have set their sights on an early second-half goal, but it still needed a top player to produce a magical finish, and he may well need to conjure up another to add a little comfort to this narrow advantage.
What a clean hit. No one gets in the way of that.
Oh, the contact was fantastic, right on the bootlaces, and it packed a lot of venom for what was a really potent strike.
He's made it 2, and no doubt he's hungry for more. France take the lead.
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair.
Looks like a good ball through. Whose ball? Who's going to get that? Surely this time!
Well, that was a really awkward one for the goalkeeper to deal with. It's always a good time to register and lay down an early marker in the second half. They clearly had exactly that in mind and have gone about their business with absolutely the right commitment. Well, I think it was a little difficult for him to pick exactly the right option there. There were so many in the box. I don't think we should be totally surprised that he actually went for the shot in the end.
Well, this man's contribution is, as you would expect, proving terrific.
Well, having that sort of player in your side is reassuring because the rest of the team knows he can make his influence count at any stage. It's simply part of his package. When he really wants to, this fella scores.
Sanya puts his foot on the gas. A chance! Oh, that's a waste.
Well, that's understandable because they haven't found it easy against this defence. And shooting from that sort of range, it's not the answer.
Good interception. Pogba. It's Pogba! He scores! 2 to the good. They have breathing space.
I think he just thought about trying his luck from further out there, but why bother when you can worm your way through a defence like that? It's terrific play to get through and score.
He snaffles his third, and that earns him the match ball.
Oh, this has been an immense contribution from one player. He's been just about unplayable. The irresistible force today.
France go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, they've opened a nice gap at this stage, but there's nothing to stop them from trying to widen it a little further.
Looking for a decent ball in. He's gone for it! It's in! Just 1 goal in it now. Game on. Well, from right in front of goal, there was no way he was going to miss.
Yeah, I've got great admiration for the finish, but I've even more admiration for the pass that set it up. It was delicious.
We have got ourselves a game here.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
And it's Griezmann. Griezmann! Griezmann!
To be fair, that was tough for the keeper to handle.
It's a good run down the right. Where could this lead? That's a throw. There's going to be a change here. There's a man waiting to come on.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Tweedy takes control of it and he's on the move. Oh, it's opened up nicely for him. He's had a shot. Oh, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. It's on a plate.
Well, there's no point in adopting a conservative attitude now. As long as they don't lose their shape completely, they have to throw men forward in this situation. This late on, they need to be pushing forward if they're going to get a result. It's never easy keeping the ball under control when the pressure's been applied like that. I think he asked too much of himself.
Thrust towards the front line. Good running with the ball. Can they build on it? Could go all the way here. He's missed another one.
Well, I wonder if their profligacy will rebound on them somehow. You know, they're very much on the up here, and yet they can't convert a string of very decent opportunities.
France just have to run down the clock. It's Matuidi! And that may well be that. That is that. Well, somehow they turned it round. Every ounce of energy, emotional, physical, mental, is spent. That is some win. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, listen, if you've got that kind of power and that kind of pace in your team, I think you'll plough through most teams.
So a warm welcome to you all. We will be on the way very shortly, once all the pleasantries are complete. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Philippe Coutinho tries running with the ball at his feet. Philippe Coutinho puts his foot on the gas. He can get that clear. Either side really getting hold of the ball. Has got good distance on that. Oh, good interception. Coutinho. Gets it upfield. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Played out to the wing. Here it comes. It's a good run down the right. Where could this lead? Willian. That's gone a long way up and away. Promising move that. Good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. Looks to dink one in. Jefferson deals with it effortlessly.
Midway through the first half, and there's an impotence about this game that's causing me concern, and probably most of the stadium too. Let's just hope that by the end it'll have been forgotten.
Chance to break, looking to force his way through. Oh, he's showing a distinct lack of urgency.
Well, look, that's what happens when you're caught in two minds. You just don't know what you're doing.
So what now? And now they can launch a counter. Brazil cannot keep hold of the ball. It's Neymar! That is wayward.
Well, he caught that one right on the meat. Cracking effort.
It forward, and the counter is on. Still, rather frustratingly, it is 0-0. Danilo concedes a free kick for that. Coaxed out to the wing. Well read, he sorted that out. Turns and goes back. Passes it through. Now to play for a goal kick. Ball forward. What does he try from here? They can break here, and the ball's come out. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. The referee brings the first half to a close. Some first half thoughts?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And the action is back underway.
Well, the first half didn't really produce the goals we'd have liked. Hopefully they've been saved for the second. For that to be the case, though, will need to see more energy and invention early on.
He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Good run through the middle, but he needs support. And that will sail harmlessly past.
Well, that was a very decent shot from distance. You know, a little less strength and it might have just dipped under the bar. Good effort though.
Good progress he's made on the ball. He's off on a marauding run. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Oh, he did really well to force the mistake by pressuring them like that. That's great grit for you.
Aim forward. João Miranda. Goal is still. The other side really getting onto the front foot. He's got away with one there. Like a good ball through. So we've reached the hour mark. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Neymar. It's Felipe. To the left it goes, spreads it wide. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Yeah, and it was a case of good awareness too. That wasn't quite matched by the right way to pass it. Only needed just a little bit more behind it, and he was through.
Brazil need to make a change here. William, that's a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Yeah, I think if he's going to make better progress, then he's going to need to find a little more space, and I think his team can help out by getting one or two others around him to give him a bit more support as well, because at this moment he's just been crowded out and he's not having the impact on the game that he should.
They've done it! And that could well be the winner! Great control, as if it was tied to his feet. Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Well look, provided they don't go into panic mode, there's no reason as to why they can't get right back into this yet. Look, should they not get back into this game, the possession stats will hold the reason why. Everything is a bit rushed, frantic. They need someone to impose a more composed approach and just settle it down.
João Miranda did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Dashing forward at pace. You can sense that sigh of relief coming from their dugout.
Well, a warning like that must be heeded. They now know how good this team can be on the break, so measures have to be put in place to guard against that happening.
Neymar with the short one. And the finish! Always going over the top.
There's certainly no harm in trying from that distance. He's cocky enough to have a go, but you have to be so accurate from there.
Ball's gone out of play. A little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Can he find a finish now?
Have certainly approached the game in the right way and relentlessly pursuing their equaliser. They've come close on several occasions now, and they may well get it by the time the final whistle goes.
So close to drawing level.
Yeah, as chances go, that was as good as it gets, and it could well have got them back on level terms.
Neymar plays it short. Forwards.